cute. Not only did I romanticize having a child, but I was set on having multiple.
Out of my life now.
You need one out of your life?
One of these out of my life, just for 5 minutes. He's yelling and screaming over nothing. She needs to be rocked the whole time.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video we want to talk about mothers that had just one kid and they are coming out to tell the truth of why they are having just one kid. Like they're putting it all on the table. We've had a couple of videos here on this channel where we talk about child-free women, talk about mothers, talk about people that wants to have children, why you want to have children, think twice before you have children and all that. But what really motivated this video was a video I saw of a woman who had 2 kids, and these kids, she and her husband were basically struggling in terms of just running the home, and she just posted it online, and I just find out like, wow. For those of us that don't have our own kids now, it's an eye-opening for us to know because a whole lot of us has romanticized, what's the word again? Have this fantasy of getting married, having kids, having somebody that takes the nice features from you and your husband. Like literally that is what has been sold to us, but reality is hitting now and we really have to start making conscious decision on why we're doing what we're doing. You get what I'm saying? Anyway guys, I need you guys to see this first video of this woman and her husband literally struggling.
Good morning guys, happy Sunday. Can you say good morning? Navy is in the worst mood. I'm gonna go take Navy for a walk just to like clear. He's feeling very destructive and everything is annoying him. Ben goes back to work tomorrow. Make me a coffee.
I'm gonna do some skincare this morning to wake us up before we go for a walk. For some reason I still smell so bad even after when I use deodorant. Ben, what?
Out of my life now.
You need one out of your life?
One of these out of my life, just for 5 minutes. He's yelling and screaming over nothing. She needs to be rocked the whole time. Energy.
I'm getting ready. He just ran in and got excited to see me. Stop. I've been trying to leave since 6 a.m. Angel? Another car. Ben's fed up. What?
Taking you 4 hours to go for a walk.
Yeah, I know. Dennis the Menace is strapped and loaded. Can't escape now, can you?
That just took me into the rat hole of start seeing other videos of mothers that are like exhausted, mothers that are coming out to tell their truth. And I found this video of this woman who did a sit-down video explaining why she's just going to have just one child and explain what she thought in her head being a mother and a wife would look like and what the reality really is. Like I said before in the beginning of this video, like the way society has portrayed these things, I'm not saying these things are not fantastic things, but the way they have sold it to us, the reality is different. At least I can talk about the marriage part. The reality is different. So I feel like as women, especially as women, we need to consciously make this decision and know exactly what we're getting ourselves into so that we don't get overwhelmed. Anyway guys, let's go check out this video of this woman explaining why she's just going to have one kid.
One of those that romanticized having a baby. I told myself, oh, it'll bring me and my husband closer. We'll have our own little version of ourselves. I'd be such a great mom. They'd have his eyes and they'd get my hair and they'd just be so freaking cute. Not only did I romanticize having a child, but I was set on having multiple. Having a large family with someone I loved just seemed so natural to me. Like it was a part of my identity as a woman, as a wife. Now, at 20 months postpartum, I have a very different idea on kids. I used to think everyone was a Debbie Downer, like oh, once you have kids, that's it. Or travel now, because once you have kids, your life is over. I thought it was bullshit. Like, no way. I'm not gonna be that mom who stops her life after kids. I'm gonna keep on traveling. I'm gonna keep doing what I want. I'm gonna keep on working and progressing my career and moving up the corporate ladder. And while all of these things are certainly true, and tons of women every day are crushing their dreams, even with kids, what I failed to realize before becoming a mom was, yes, it's all possible, but it's also so incredibly hard. I had no fucking clue. No idea just how much of my life would change. How grossly I underestimated the effort, blood, sweat, tears, exhaustion of having a baby and going through postpartum. I had no clue how important a support system would be, how important childcare would be if a woman is trying to maintain her career. The toll that having a child takes on a woman's time, finances, and energy. Yes, I could have planned better, but when you're like me and you've been conditioned by society to want to be a mom because it's a woman's role to be maternal and loving, or you've internalized the idea that having a child with someone is the ultimate form of love, then yes, that first child becomes your reality check. I love my daughter. I love being her mom. Not a day goes by where I don't realize how blessed I am. How children are a dream for so many, and what an emotional roller coaster trying to get pregnant, and in my case, after a loss, can be. But my life has also gotten harder in so many ways. After having to quit my job shortly after mat leave because I got so incredibly ill from the stress, I was unemployed for 7 months and my savings tanked. So I lost my job. I lost my money. I lost my marriage. I lost my independence. Right now, I'm with my parents until I'm in a better financial position. And while I'm employed now, more than half of my paycheck goes to childcare. And whatever remains covers my daughter's living expenses. And I'm still paying off the hospital bill for her delivery on top of other debt. My days are very lonely. From 5 to 8, I care for Aya. From 8 to 6 p.m., I work my day job so I can afford her living expenses. And then from 6 until bedtime, it's just me and Aya again. Tried the online dating thing, don't have time for it. Wish I could socialize and go out more, but I don't have a car and I don't have childcare on those weekends that I just want to be alone. Wish I could travel more, but the idea of tanking my finances again just to haul around a stroller, car seat, carrier, toys, my suitcase, all by myself, makes staying home much more preferable. Some of you may say I'm making excuses, that I can still go out, that I can still have fun, that I can still have adventures. And to those people, I say, you try doing that with your kid or kids completely on your own, with no assistance and very limited finances, and you tell me if that's still fun. To my earlier point, a free, independent life is possible with kids. But the footnote here is if you have support. And if you don't, and you're a single mom like me, then in a way, yes, your life does temporarily stop. As it should, because your child has to become the top priority. Their needs now surpass your own. Their livelihood now surpasses your desires. This is not a rant against motherhood. This is not a dig against people who can afford round-the-clock childcare, or have supportive partners, or have multiple kids. All the power to them. This is me, I guess, speaking to all the wannabe moms out there. I get it. I get the desire around wanting to be a mom. I get wanting to start a family with someone you love. But our world, our economy is so incredibly different now. And our culture around working moms and providing them support is so incredibly unforgiving. Regardless if you agree with anything I've said so far, I think we can all agree that our children deserve the best, most loving, most nurturing, most stable households to grow up in and thrive in. And if you have even a sliver of a doubt that you can provide exactly that for any child you will bring into this world, then don't have kids. If you are in a culture and community where birth control is accessible, if you are in a position to educate your daughters and sons around the seriousness of having kids, then take all precautionary measures. As much as the woman's life becomes difficult, what we should really care about as a society is the quality of life that we provide to our kids after bringing them into this world. And having had my first child now and experiencing firsthand all the struggles I just talked about earlier, I can confidently say, whoever I choose to have my next child with, if at all. My list of requirements for that person and for our relationship is 10 miles long. 25-year-old me did not know any of these things. And 31-year-old me now can confidently say that if my daughter ends up being the only child that I have in this life, that's okay. That's great. That's fantastic. And what a wonderful feeling to know I did everything in my power to provide her the best life possible by focusing on her and her quality of life rather than society's expectation for women to be baby-making machines. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I love this woman for coming out to speak her truth and saying what she really feels and sharing her experience with us. I know for sure everybody's experience is different, everybody take is different, and if you know you're on this channel, it is fine. But I just love having this kind of conversation because I feel like if this type of conversation is being had frequently and even with people, maybe someone like her will probably have an insight even before she got into it and then start realizing things herself. Because what society told us and what society sold for us is really different from reality, especially in the type of climate that we live in. So I saw a couple of more videos of mothers that already have kids and they were stating why they would not be having any more kids. They would just stick to just having just one kid.
I am so happy to see so much more one and done content on here lately because my child is 10 years old and I'm tired of people asking me, when are you gonna have another one? I'm not. My son is halfway to being an adult. Why do I want to start over? And that's cool for people who want to, but this is it for me. And I'm fine with that. I plan on traveling the world and living my life like a rich auntie with one child. No more.
Can we normalize choosing to have only one child? This is my personal opinion only, and we are one and done. And here's why. I fully recognize that having kids is a lot of work. And I'm just not up for splitting my time and energy between multiple kids. I really enjoy my work, and having one child allows me to have more time to work, to be honest. I love that we'll be able to travel a little bit more easily. I also like that we can live with less. Pouring all of my attention into one child is kind of nice. And overall for us, it just feels right. And it's okay to do things your own way. For you, if that means having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, that is amazing. Let's normalize moms doing what's right for them and their family.
What could I possibly be missing out on? Because I really don't see it. Oh, am I going to be missing out on throwing up 10 to 40 times a day? Because I suffered with HG in my first pregnancy, and the chances of that happening again are very likely. So, not willing to risk that. Also, I'm a black woman, so I'm 3.5 times more likely to die during childbirth, and not willing to risk that either. Also, I suffered with prenatal depression, and that almost took me out the first time, and the stakes are even higher now, so not willing to risk that either. What am I missing out on? I don't know, because all I see is me deciding to have one child is the best decision that I can make for me. Me having one child is gonna help me be the best mom that I can possibly be for this little boy. So am I really missing out on anything? No. I'm not missing out on anything.
I had my first baby around the same time as a lot of other famous TikTokers had their first babies. And now a few of them are pregnant with their second baby. But I'm not having a second baby. One and done here. But I can't help but feel a certain something. I have had so many people say that I will regret my choice. And I don't know. They might be right. It's like I'm having FOMO. I don't know. I'm one and done. And I'm happy about that, but I guess a little piece of me is always gonna wonder if there was gonna be like a brother or sister, how different things would be. But like, I'm totally one and done. I'm getting my period. Oh. One and done. I'm good. I'm just emotional. Yes! Getting my period like tomorrow.
One and done has never appealed to me until this trip. Like, it's so manageable when you just have one. Beyond manageable. And so fun. And like, Our relationship is so special. And I just keep thinking about, like, what if I had 3 kids? But people say that love multiplies. It doesn't divide.
Okay.
But I'm just, like, really seeing the benefits of being one and done right now.
This trend going around where people talk about why they're one and done. Let me tell you why I'm one and done. I see this room, messiest room in my house. Gives me anxiety. I never knew real anxiety until I had a baby. Though pregnancy and delivery was really easy, postpartum was not. It took me months before I could leave my house. My body bounced back. My body yet still doesn't feel like it used to. Let me show you the next reason. She don't even want me to do her hair. We just got back from Puerto Rico last night, and let me tell you, it was the easiest thing ever. If I have another kid, we are not taking flights. Pay 2 seats, 3 seats? No. I feel like if I just have one kid, I'm able to give her the world. I'll be able to, hey. Anyway, I feel like I'll be able to buy her car at 16 and do all this other stuff. Yes, I can work harder when I have other kids, but like, can I really work that much harder? Call me taboo, but I don't want to deal with the arguments. I had sisters growing up. Leave me out of it. Having just one, I feel like I'm gonna be able to give her my undivided attention and she won't have to fight for it. Another reason, I'm tired. I was tired with the newborn stage. I'm tired with the toddler stage. I went in thinking that I have this village. There is no village. I feel like once you're a mom, that's it for the rest of your life. I mean, you're constantly always gonna be worried. My mom still worries about me now. My grandma still worries about my mom. I can't have that stress level. We're done. No mas.
So my husband and I have one child. She's 2. And we are what's called one and done. We're not going to have any more kids. And I just want people to know this decision isn't easy. And like it comes and goes. There's like moments where I'm like really wondering like should we have more kids? Like I've always wanted to have more kids. But I know that for us and our reasons, this is the right decision. But it's hard because that's not what I had planned and thought originally. So some days I cry and I feel sad about it.
Those that romanticized having a baby. I told myself, oh, it'll bring me and my husband closer.
Not me. When I found out I was pregnant, I was like, this is the beginning of the end. This is going to be so difficult that it is going to tear us apart from the inside out. We'll never be the same, in a very negative way. This is going to be the most difficult thing that we will ever do, and we might not make it through. But luckily we did, and it's actually been really good. Like, I forgot that there are upsides, you know? Like, babies are really cute and fun, and it's all been good.
Yes, it's all possible, but it's also so incredibly hard.
So go watch that creator's video. But in a nutshell, she basically explains that she wanted a large family before she was actually a mom, and just romanticized the idea of having children and this and all that. And she has one child now. And while she loves being a mom, she really goes into detail on how incredibly difficult it is on your career, your personal life, and your marriage. She explains that she lost her marriage, she lost her job, drained her savings, and has, at the end of the day, almost no personal time to herself to date, be single, take care of herself, nothing. And it's so funny now watching the younger generations. I'm talking about Gen Z, millennials, and maybe like the younger end of Gen X. If you look around and you kind of take a look at what the general sentiment is about children, a lot of people do not want them. Now, this voice is louder on TikTok and quieter in real life. But I've went out of my own way to ask a number of people that are older than I am. When I say older than I am, I don't mean like in their 30s. I mean like 50s, 60s, 70s. And I asked them, I'm like, hey, these people have multiple children. I've asked at least two men in their 60s or 70s the past 2 weeks. These people have 3 or more children. And I said, hey, if you could do this again, would you do it? And the answer I got from both of them was, I love all my kids, but I would not do this again. And like, so you talk to the older generation who loves their children, but would not do this whole journey again. And then you talk to our current generation who, quite frankly, is recognizing the financial, emotional marital toll that children may have, and you see the overwhelming sentiment to not have children. Now, if you do have children, more power to you. I just hope you have a really strong support system, because it really does take a village to raise children. And being a single parent or even a two-parent household with multiple children is incredibly difficult. And I say this because it seems to me, at least in my circle, I've been an avid churchgoer, Christian my whole life, is that other older adults, once you get married or engaged or whatever, they're like, when are you having children? When's the children coming? You know, my own parents have those same questions for me. It's like, I don't want them. And I've taken time to consider the cost. I've taken time to consider the cost that it will have on me financially, emotionally, on my marriage. It's not worth it. To me, it's just not worth it. And I think we should be accepting of all choices. And to be honest, whatever you choose, you should take time to consider the cost before it happens. The child, take time to consider the cost. Take time to consider if you can truly afford it. Same with not having children. That's my 2 cents. Peace out.
My daughter ends up being the only child that I have in this life. That's okay.
I love having an only child, and I wish more people talked about all of the positives of only children. I feel like the conversation around only children is always so negative. But the truth is, if you're someone who cares about the sexist division of labor in the home, having an only child really makes a difference there. A family therapist I knew told me that once a woman has a second child, if she's partnered with a man, the amount of domestic work and childcare she does just exponentially increases. Like it completely shifts the dynamic in the home. I also really love that I can give all of my attention and time to my daughter. I love that it's not split. I love that I can be devoted entirely to her. It's a fantastic, like, very special relationship. And if you ask my daughter if she would prefer to have a sibling, like, she will tell you straight up, no, she likes being an only. Obviously, every family size is valid and terrific. I just wish people would talk about only children in a more positive light.
Please let me know your thoughts about this entire conversation down in the comment section. Love to know what you think about this whole conversation. So feel free to share your opinion, but please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we air our opinion, but we do it respectful, and we don't have to insult anybody or call each other's names. And we're allowed to disagree. Disagreement is normal here on this channel, so we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. Okay, we have good conversation here. All right, so here's my thoughts on this. I really find this type of conversation really intriguing and honest and open, that a lot of mom, like one and done mom, are really speaking up. Because like I said initially, is that because this whole structure is being presented to us and being sold to us as a society, a lot of us really bought it and are really looking forward to this. But the truth is that before you take that decision, like the other sister said, before you decide to make that decision, whether you want to be child free, whether you want to be one and done, whether you want to be mom of 7, think it through, be very conscious about it, think it through and ask yourself, is this what I really want to do? Do I really want to do it? Why I want to do this? Can I afford to do this? Will I regret this? Because like she said, I've actually done this thing where I ask people that already have children. They're like, I love my kids, you know, I love my kids, but if I can do without them, if I can go back and I know what I know now, I might not have them. And even sometimes I might just have just one. Okay, a lot of them are thinking towards I might just have just one. While some of them are like, you know what, I'm not going to do this again, because 90% of the time it's you, the woman, that bears the burden of carrying the kids or taking care of the kids, being the mother and everything. Yes, we have fathers that are hands-on and all that, but it can never be like that of the mother. A father can easily pick up and go, but it's hardly you see a mother pick up and go without their child. It's hard. So for me, especially as women, I feel like whatever decision you choose to make with your life, it's your life. Seriously, like seriously consider it. I have this one friend that she had one, and that one was a daughter, and she was like, oh, I want two, I pray God gives me the other one. And I really asked her, and my friend was trying to sort her life out and all that, and I asked her, like, would you rather have another child rather than to fix your life and get your life together? And she was like, oh yes, Now she is overwhelmed with like having 2 kids now. She's overwhelmed, but because that's how my society has sold it to us. If you are married and you have a child, especially if your first child is a girl, you need to come and produce a boy, or else you're not fully married. You've not given your husband's family heir to his throne. So I feel like as women, we need to consciously ask ourselves. And then that sister that said that your body will never remain the same, I can attest to that. I have carried multiple pregnancies, even though I lost them. I have carried it, and I can tell you that my body has never ever been the same. If you go back to my old videos and watch me over, I bet you could probably see some of the places where I look kind of pregnant, and you can see like my body has changed. Even my face has changed. Like, and not in a, my body, I'll say in a very terrible way, because I have to work hard to sustain my body, to get my body back, even though I have not gotten the body back. But no matter how much you work hard to get your body back, it will never be like the way it was before. So as women having kids, that's what I've been preaching here throughout this week. Be cautious. Ask yourself those important questions. Don't do it for society. Don't do it for your family. Do it for yourself. Because when push comes to shove, the only person that will be dealing with it is you. So ask yourself these strong questions and give yourself honest answers. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this conversation down in the comment section, because that's what we do here. We have amazing conversation. So go ahead and share your thoughts down in the comment section. Share this video with somebody, because why not? We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video with somebody so that they can be part of this conversation, because why not? Why not? Let's preach this gospel. Let's preach this gospel. Anyway, guys, with that all said, guys, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content, and that will be you supporting your girl. So when you comment, you share, and you give the video a thumbs up, and even subscribe, that helps my channel, that helps this video. So go ahead and do all those good stuff. With that all said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.